I'm looking for a stern leader. I believe that we got a great young room, but I believe, like you said, that energy, man, that understanding, like what it takes to be a player is required, especially with this new generation, man. We need discipline. We need consistency. We need someone that's gonna be who they are every single day, right? The emotions as a head coach, like it's Dirk Cutter, my first OC. He always shared, passion versus emotion. We don't need emotions, man. And I feel like the third thing, man, we need someone that is going to give us a complete paradigm shift, man. Because when you have an organization, over the past a few years that hasn't been accustomed to winning, you have to bring in a winner.
Well, the Giants may have their winner. I could listen to Jameis Winston all day. No guarantee he's going to be back now that John Harbaugh reportedly is on the brink of becoming the head coach of the New York Giants. No deal is ever done until it's done. We know how that goes, but all indications are, and frankly have been, from the moment the word got out that Chris Mara made the secret until he blabbed meeting with John Harbaugh for a long informal lunch on Sunday, you knew where this was going, because when you put on the suit and tie and show up for the interview, in many respects, that's just checking boxes. That's just going through the motions. The real work gets done over an informal lunch meeting that you're not supposed to talk about. And here we are on the brink of the New York Football Giants getting one of the most successful coaches the NFL has had over the past 20 years in John Harbaugh, who led the Ravens for 18, won a Super Bowl, perennial playoff contender, and I assume that Chris, who went out and got a haircut just for today's show to celebrate.
What are you talking
the
about?
impending arrival of John Harbaugh is very happy.
I got a haircut last week. I don't know what you're talking about. Why is it catching you by surprise?
It looks different today.
I don't know why.
I don't know. It looks different today. Maybe I just didn't notice until today.
I guess not. Thanks for looking. But I am excited, okay? I definitely am. I mean, this is big news.
I was too busy checking to see if your fly was down.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for checking that out.
Yeah.
Illegal man junk looking by Mike Florio, 15 yards. Okay.
All right,
but either way. But yeah, back to the point. I'm extremely excited about John Harbaugh for all the things you kind of just heard Jameis Winston talk about. We've tried this, first-time head coach type of stuff. We need somebody that's going to be there and lead the team and teach them how to win and be a consistent personality like he's talking about. No emotional outburst, craziness like that. Being able to handle the ebbs and flows of the New York media and people calling WFAN and the radio stations. And so that's where I look at John Harbaugh and just go, yeah, I'm excited about that. He knows how to win, of course. He knows how to get through the players. He's been there, done that, and it feels very much to me like a Tom Coughlin taking over the Giants. And Tom Coughlin, of course, didn't have the Super Bowl in Jacksonville before he became the head coach of the Giants. Harbaugh does. And, that's even more positive. But it does feel like that of like, hey, this is a Giant guy. He feels like he knows the Giant way. And it's just going to be about business and being good at football. And he's not necessarily going to try to win the press conference and do all that. And that's where I'm pumped for John Harbaugh.
He has proven that he can win games consistently in the regular season, 180 and 113, a 61.4% success rate, 13 and 11 in the postseason. Anytime you have a winning record in the postseason, it means you've won more games than you, well, obviously, but it means you're winning and advancing and getting deep into the postseason. You're not just showing up and being exited quickly. You are having success in January, and that's something the Ravens have had. The problem is in recent years they hadn't had enough to the liking of ownership, and we talked about that yesterday. You can't put yourself in a bad spot by being good, not great. The Giants will settle for good. They need good. They've had this revolving door. They've tested out unproven head coaches. Let's take our shot with a first-time guy. Let's see how it goes for a variety of reasons. It has not gone well, and this is where they are now. And with Coughlin, hey, remember, he arrived, 04?
Yeah. And
he
it
was on the
wasn't
hot
bed of
seat
roses, right?
the year they won the Super Bowl.
Right. Well, it goes back to our conversation. What did he do, right? He made things a little uncomfortable. And some of those guys that were there that didn't know maybe exactly what it took to get to the Super Bowl and win it, they were like, wait, this is culture shock. Hold on. You want us to sit up and have 2 feet on the ground and take your hat off in the meeting, and you got to be to the meeting 5 minutes late or early? Yeah, but that's usually how a good organizations run. When the head coach comes in, you know who the boss is. And Harbaugh, it's everything about him, I think, that you love too. I mean, yeah, we talk about Baltimore, all the years of winning. He's handled different quarterbacks, different circumstances. Within all that success you talked about and that winning record and playoff appearances, they've lost coaches. He's had to make hard decisions. The thing I like about Harbaugh, too, is I feel like he's always had a pretty good eye for the offensive coordinator gig. He knows what a good offense is, and then and been ahead of the curve on the defensive side of the ball. I know we could question Baltimore's defense a little bit the last few years, but in totality, throughout his years in Baltimore, they had guys that were kind of cutting edge and did different stuff. So he understands the whole game. He knows how to delegate responsibility. He knows what a good offense looks like, a good defense looks like. And then, of course, he could talk to the players and keep that message fresh as he did for so long in Baltimore before it all ended. And, yeah, it's about as excited as I've been as a Giants fan in a long time. I really am pumped. And I haven't said it yet. The G-Man.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.